Steam Next Fest is finally here, guys, and you know what that means. Free demos, and even more free demos. Right now, there are thousands of upcoming games you can download and play without spending a single cent, and obviously nobody has time to go through all of them. So in this video, I'm gonna pick out 20 upcoming games that I think worth keep an eye on. We got shooters, survival games, action RPGs, racing games, co-op experiences, and the best part is every single game on the list today has a free demo available right now on Steam. So if anything catches your eye, you can simply head over to Steam and try it out yourself for absolutely free, and all the links will be available down in the description as well. So let's get into it. Alright, none of these games are in any particular order, so I'm starting with number 1. We got Impulse. This is a brand new upcoming 6v6 movement-based shooter from 1047 Games, obviously the guys who are behind games like Splitgate. And I've seen a lot of people covering this game on YouTube and people calling it the next Titanfall or the Titanfall 3. This one is all about speed, letting you wall run, grapple across the map, launch yourself with holo jumps, and even pilot these massive mechs during matches. The maps are also built around a lot of verticality, so the movement plays a huge role. For me, the game still feel a bit early access, and the gunplay is very similar to games like Splitgate. And according to the Steam page, the game is set to launch very soon, 24th of June 2026. Mistfall Hunter is an upcoming dark fantasy action RPG that combines Souls-like combat with high-risk PvP and PvE gameplay. This got that typical extraction shooter gameplay loop. You can choose between multiple classes, battle terrifying monsters, loot valuable gear and resources, and then try to extract safely before losing everything. The game also features deep character customization, talent trees, and both solo and co-op play. The full release of the game is currently planned for July 2026. Moving on, we got something a bit more chill and relaxing. It's a new upcoming game called Over the Hill. This is an off-road exploration game where you drive classic vehicles from 1960s to 1980s across this beautiful wilderness environment. So instead of racing, you focus here on exploring, tackling some challenging trails, and enjoying the journey either alone or with your friends on co-op. It got a beautiful art style and honestly looks like a perfect game to sit back and unwind after a long day. Plus, the game is currently targeting for a 2026 release as well. Drain Road is one of the most unique demos that I've seen during this Next Fest. It's a co-op horror extraction game where you and your friends descend into these dangerous underground ruins looking for loot before making your escape. What makes it stand out is that your characters are actually spark-controlled fragile wooden vessels that can break apart during a run. It's similar to other extraction shooters, but the concept looks very promising. Ultimately, you and your friends have to gather these resources, furniture, and survive some of the horrifying creature encounters and use everything you bring back to rebuild your outpost. And right now, the game is also scheduled to release in Q3 2026. Alright, next up we have Enginefall. This one is a brand new upcoming multiplayer crafting shooter that takes place entirely on a gigantic moving train. You start near the back of the train scavenging for resources, building small bases, and of course fighting other players as you slowly push toward more valuable section at the front. Every carriage can become a battleground, a base, or even part of your growing mobile home. It's a very interesting concept, something I haven't seen before in any other game that blends survival, crafting, and of course some PvP gameplay, and currently the game is planned to release in sometimes 2026. Next up we have Sin Reloaded, a remastered version of that classic FPS Sin which was released way back in 1998. This one brings back that original sci-fi action shooter with improved visuals, modern updates while keeping the old school arcade gunplay. You'll be fighting through cyberpunk style world filled with mutants, mercenaries, and explosive combat. The Steam page confirmed it is still in development with no exact release date yet, but they're aiming to modernize this original experience for a new audience. Alright, moving on, we got Pixel Gun 2, a sequel to a very popular blocky style free-to-play shooter. This is a fast-paced multiplayer first-person shooter with pixel style graphics and of course featuring tons of game modes like team battles, survival, and more chaotic arcade style fights. Visually, the game looks pretty impressive compared to the original, but still keeping that unique pixel art style which we all love. Still got that goofy but competitive energy that the series is known for, and according to the Steam, it's currently listed as an upcoming title with no confirmed release date yet. next up we got Fracture Point. You guys know I love first-person shooter games, and yes, this one looks very interesting. It's a sci-fi action shooter that heavily focuses on tactical combat and futuristic warfare. The game put you in a high-intensity battle with advanced weapons and strong emphasis on precision and positioning. From what we've shown on Steam, it's still in development and doesn't have a final release date yet, but it's definitely shaping up to be one of the most hardcore style experience that I'm definitely looking forward to. Alright, next up we have Method of Entry, a tactical first-person co-op shooter that put you in a boot of a SWAT operator. It's more of a slower-paced, round-based 5v5 tactical shooter that obviously inspired from games like Rainbow Six Siege and also a bit of Counter-Strike. Instead of hero abilities or arcade-style gunplay, this one focuses heavily on realistic gameplay, teamwork, communication, and carefully planned strategies where every decision matters. And the game is definitely aiming to bring back that classic tactical shooter experience with some modern visuals and mechanics. And according to the Steam page, the game does not have an exact release date yet, but most likely it's coming out in next year. Next up we got Wanderer's Wheels, a cozy story-driven adventure where you travel across quiet countryside road in a converted van that doubles as a mobile shop. You'll be meeting different people along the way, trading goods, taking small jobs, and slowly making your way through a long journey filled with stops and some side encounters. The game focuses more on relaxing driving, light trading, and some narrative choices rather than fast-paced action or any other complex systems. According to its Steam page, the game is still saying coming soon with no exact release date yet. If you enjoy co-op puzzle style games, We Were Here Tomorrow is definitely worth jumping into right now. This is the latest entry in the series. Drop you and your friends into this mysterious retro futuristic facility where communication is your biggest tool. You got to solve asymmetric puzzles, uncover secrets together, and rely on teamwork to make progress. As always with all the We Were Here games, having a microphone is almost essential. Even though we don't have an exact release date right now, it is planned to release in sometimes 2026. Next up we have FENDERSHOT. It's an intense arcade-style street racing game that mixes classic racing vibes with some combat element. Obviously inspired from games like Blur, Midnight Club, and Need for Speed Underground, this one focuses on high-speed racing, chaotic vehicular combat, and some over-the-top racing abilities called Race Tech. You can also play split-screen, local multiplayer, or local co-op with your friends, which is really awesome. Plus the game includes multiple modes like drift, speed trap, and combat-style racing events, which giving it a very arcade-heavy style instead of realistic simulation. Right now there is a demo available on Steam, and the game is planned to release in Q3 2026. Moving on, we got another awesome upcoming game called UNSIGHT. This one is a first-person tactical shooter that lets you approach every mission at your own pace. You play as this covert special force operative sent behind enemy lines to uncover a massive conspiracy hidden beneath these heavily guarded military facilities. And before every encounter, you need to study enemy patrols, plan your infiltration, and decide whether to eliminate your targets silently or just go all guns blazing. The game also features tactical enemy AI that react to suspicious activities, flankings, and make every mission a bit more dynamic. The game is made using the latest Unreal Engine. Looks amazing. Right now there is a free demo available on Steam, plus the game is coming out pretty soon. Alright, next up we have Valor Mortis, a first-person Souls-like game from the creators of Ghost Runner. And this got to be one of the most interesting looking demos that I played during this Steam Next Fest. In this game you play as William, a fallen soldier from a Napoleon army who's brought back from dead in this alternate 19th century Europe that's been consumed by a mysterious plague. Every death makes you stronger as you master parries, dashes, and brutal finishes way through your enemies. Get a nice balance of first-person shooting and melee combat, and some of the animations looks absolutely brutal. It does look like a very fresh take on the Souls-like formula, and right now, according to the Steam page, the game is currently scheduled to release in September 24, 2026, and right now there is a free demo available on Steam. Alright, moving on, next up we got The Sinking City 2, a third-person survival horror game set in this flooded city of Arkham during the Roaring 20s. Unlike the first game, the sequel put a much bigger focus on survival horror, the limited resources, tense combat, environmental puzzles, and of course a bit of exploration. And there is also optional investigation you can take on to find extra loot and also learn a bit about this supernatural disaster. Visually, the game looks amazing, and right now there is a free demo available you can download and play, plus the game is set to launch on August 18, 2026. At number 16, we got SPRAWL Zero. It's a fast-paced, very old-school style first-person shooter, obviously inspired from classic 2000s games. In this game, you play as this cybernetically enhanced soldier known as 5, sent into this brutal cyberpunk city that collapsing under military control, and these cult-like factions are fighting for power. The gameplay focuses heavily on fast-paced combat using arsenal of more than 40+ weapons, special abilities like gravity-based tools, bullet time, and movement upgrades that letting you fight in your own creative ways. It's also built around old school FPS design mixed with some modern mechanics like physics-based combat and multiple ways to approach encounters. Looks very interesting, but right now there is no exact release date yet. Next up, we have Drone Sector, a futuristic tactical gunship style strategy game where you take control of a powerful aerial unit and support ground troops during combat missions. Your main role is to provide close air support from above using different weapons to take out your enemies while guiding and communicating allies code on the ground. You'll need to make decisions in real time, like when to strike target, when to support your troops, and when to help them extract safely. The game also includes resource and progression system where you can complete objectives and gather resources during missions. The game also includes like a resource and progression system where you can complete objectives, gather resources during missions, and use them to upgrade your gunship, troops, and equipment between battles. They haven't mentioned any official release date yet, but there is a free playable demo available right now. Alright, next up we have Snapcho, a roguelite horror fishing game set in a post-apocalyptic flooded world. In this game, you sail across these dangerous waters, catch fish and resources, then upgrade your boat and equipment to survive. But there is a unique twist. The ocean is filled with massive mechanical creatures that you must feed every day in order to stay alive. If you meet to fail their demands, there are consequences. So it's going to be very intense, and every run it's becoming a mix of fishing, upgrading, and some survival strategy. The game also has that dark atmosphere, very strange kind of vibe with a very interesting story to go alongside with it. Right now, there is a free demo available, but the official release date is still to be announced. Alright, moving on, next up we have a game called As One We Survive, a top-down style survival game set in a post-apocalyptic world. In this game, you play as a father trying to survive after a major collapse while searching for help for his sick daughter. The game is all about scavenging resources, crafting items, building a safe base, and managing a small group of survivors. You'll need to explore dangerous areas, collect foods and medicine, and make sure your community stay alive in this harsh environment. The game also includes base building and management system where you can upgrade your shelter, assign tasks to survivors, and slowly turn it into a more functional settlement. It looks very promising. Right now, there is a free demo available on Steam, plus the game is planned to release in Q2 2026. Alright, moving on to our final game, we have Salvation Echoes of War. It's a third-person stealth adventure game set in a strange purgatory between life and death. You play as a war pilot who wakes up trapped in a coma-like nightmare after being injured in combat. In this world, you need to move very slowly, carefully, hide from enemies, and solve these little environmental puzzles to survive. So your survival is entirely depending on stealth, timing, and using your surroundings to avoid danger. You're also joined by a loyal companion who helps you navigate, solve puzzles, and survive these hostile areas. As you progress, you slowly uncover the piece of your past and the mystery behind the world you are trapped in. Right now, we don't have much information about the game other than what they mentioned on their Steam page. Right now, it's listed as coming soon with no exact release date. These were 20 of the best Steam Next Fest demos that you can try out right now for absolutely free. And also don't forget to mention your favorites down in the comment section. As always guys, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and stay tuned for more free-to-play game coverage like this. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one.